I've noticed that the terms hazard and risk are used interchangeably. And while this might seem minor, it's a fundamental error. And in my opinion, it weakens how safety is managed at a systems level. Let's start with proper definitions. A hazard is anything with the potential to cause harm, while a risk is the likelihood and severity of that harm even occurring. So the distinction is simple. The hazard is the source, while the risk is the exposure and the consequence. Blurring the two is how decision making suffers. Controls become more generic instead of targeted. Risk assessment turns into tick boxes. What you get is activity without impact, and leadership will eventually lose visibility on what is actually driving harm. A good and well designed occupational health and safety system does not stop at just identifying hazards. It goes further by asking, what is the real exposure to this hazard? Under what conditions does it become high risk? How does work, as it is actually done, increase or reduce that risk? And are the controls we've already put in place addressing the hazard itself or just the symptoms? So let's take a simple example, manual handling. The hazard here is lifting or moving load. But saying that manual handling is a risk is not enough. You need to understand what is being lifted, how often, by whom, under what time pressure, and with what equipment. Understanding this, and only then can the risk be properly controlled. There must be a consistent separation between hazards and risks in reporting. Risk assessment should reflect real operational conditions and not just ideal scenarios. The controls must be designed around how the work actually happens, and there should be an ongoing review of whether those controls are reducing the risk and not just addressing the hazards. The bottom line is that you do not manage safety by listing hazards. You manage safety by understanding and controlling the risk, and that requires clarity.